The golden sun of Fantasy Island began its daily ascent, casting a warm and inviting glow over the lush landscape. Mr. Rourke, the ever-composed host, stood on the terrace with his loyal assistant, Lawrence. The morning air was crisp, and the anticipation of new arrivals hung in the breeze. Mr. Rourke turned to Lawrence with a calm smile. "Good morning, Lawrence." "Smiles, everyone. Smiles," he announced, setting the tone for the day. Their first guest was a man of considerable stature in the annals of entertainment. Mr. Mickey Masterson. "Now there is a gentleman who needs no introduction," Mr. Rourke remarked. For many, many years, his comedy show had been rated #1, a testament to his wit and timing. However, the world of show business is famously fickle. Mr. Rourke noted that in the entertainment business, one rarely stays on top indefinitely. It was a sad but true reality. Now, Mr. Masterson had come to the island with a plan to officially retire. His fantasy was simple yet profound, to do one last show and go out with a bang. But as is often the case on Fantasy Island, simplicity was merely the surface. This show was intended to reunite him with two former colleagues who had once meant everything to his career. Lawrence, ever observant, detected a slight problem. Mr. Rourke confirmed his suspicions. These two people had not laid eyes on Mickey Masterson in years, and each had a very special, perhaps painful, reason for their absence. As they watched the arrivals, a young girl caught their eye. She looked incredibly determined for someone so small. Lawrence wondered if such a young child could truly be there for a fantasy. Mr. Rourke sighed softly, explaining that unfortunately, tragedy does not respect age, tender or otherwise. Miss Laurie Shannon had lost both her parents in an accident just 2 months ago. The poor child had come to the island with a singular, heavy purpose, to find God and ask him face to face how he could do such a thing. Mr. Rourke greeted his guests with his customary grace. "My dear guests, I am Mr. Rourke, your host. Welcome to Fantasy Island." Later, he visited Laurie in her bungalow to ensure she was comfortable. The young girl was polite but focused. All she wanted was her fantasy. She wanted to find God. Mr. Rourke asked her if she would even recognize him if they were to meet. Laurie hoped so. She looked at Mr. Rourke, dressed in his pristine white suit, and asked why he had killed her mother and father. Mr. Rourke gently corrected her, explaining that he was not what she was searching for. He told her that while he could sometimes bring happiness to others, the one she sought was everywhere and nowhere, and very difficult to find. He promised her that she would find what she sought when and where she least expected it, and she would know him when she found him. Meanwhile, Mickey Masterson was settling in. "Outrageous! Outrageous!" he exclaimed, a catchphrase that signaled his excitement. He accepted a drink from Lawrence, insisting it remain virgin, as he did not like the sauce when he was working. Mickey spoke of his constant work and his love for the stage, especially in Las Vegas. He claimed the audiences could not get enough of him. He spoke of his retirement with a sense of pride, believing a man should quit while he is on top. He was eager to know if Martha Harley and Walter Dunlop had arrived. Mr. Rourke confirmed they had, though he warned Mickey that he could not force them to participate in the show. Mickey was confident. He believed that once the curtain went up, they would be right there beside him, just like the old days when they were an unbeatable team. He brushed off any suggestion of a grudge, convinced he could square things with them. In a different part of the island, Laurie came across a man living in a rugged, isolated spot. "This is my place. Get out," the man shouted. Laurie, undeterred, asked if he was God. The man, Adam Cobb, cynically replied that he was. Laurie questioned why heaven looked like a place full of cactuses and sharp-pointed things. Adam claimed he made it that way to keep funny-faced people like her out. Laurie told him about the accident and asked why he had killed her parents. Adam was caught off guard. He told her he did not allow such questions and tried to stall, telling her to come back in the afternoon when he had figured out how to explain it. Mickey Masterson went to see Martha. Their reunion was far from warm. Martha admitted that every time she thought about what happened between them, it hurt. Mickey tried to charm her, calling her Sweet Pea and admitting how much he missed her. Martha was unimpressed by his offer of money, claiming she was doing fine with her commercial work. Mickey finally lowered his guard and admitted he knew he had hurt her, and that he had been hurt too. He confessed he did not know the right words back then and perhaps still did not, but he needed her for this one last show. Martha, moved despite herself, agreed to do the lousy show. Laurie returned to Mr. Rourke, claiming she might have found God, though she described him as sort of scruffy. Mr. Rourke encouraged her to enjoy the island in the meantime. Soon after, Adam Cobb visited Mr. Rourke, complaining that the little girl was violating his privacy. Mr. Rourke apologized but subtly mentioned that Laurie was a poor little rich girl, the sole heir to a family fortune. This information seemed to strike a chord with Adam. His gruff exterior softened slightly, and he agreed to think of an answer for her. Mickey then sought out Walter Dunlop. He found Walter and tried to rekindle their old friendship. They reminisced about a scene from 1943. Mickey invited Walter to join the show, mentioning that Martha had already agreed. Walter agreed to the rehearsal at 3 p.m. at the Fantasy Island Theatre. However, once Mickey was out of earshot, Walter's true intentions surfaced. He told Mr. Rourke he planned to bury Mickey, fueled by a long-standing bitterness. Lawrence, meanwhile, was tasked with finding entertainment for Laurie. He suggested amusement parks or ice cream, but Mr. Rourke knew better. He provided a puppy, understanding that Laurie needed something to love and something to love her back. The rehearsal at the theatre began with tension. Mickey tried to lead the group through their old routines, counting off 5, 6, 7, 8. But Walter had reached his limit. He accused Mickey of upstaging them and dumping them out of greed for the spotlight. He spoke of how Martha had worshipped Mickey, while Walter had been in love with her from afar, willing to settle for even 1% of the affection she gave Mickey. Martha, hearing this, realized Walter was right. She told Mickey she wished she did not believe it, but she could no longer be his doormat. They left Mickey alone on the stage with the spotlight he so loved. Laurie went back to see Adam Cobb. She told him his place was weird, and he admitted it suited his mood. He spoke of staying on Earth if he found someone he liked. Laurie offered for him to stay with her. Adam tried to explain death to her, saying that human beings are not supposed to understand it. Laurie began to doubt he was God, noting he did not look like the paintings and could not prove his divinity by disappearing. She told him he was not God at all. Mickey sat alone, terrified. He confessed to Mr. Rourke that his career had been going downhill for years and he was scared to be on stage alone. He had hoped the reunion would bring them all back together. Mr. Rourke suggested that perhaps the most important thing was to make peace with the past. Laurie was ready to leave the island, feeling her search was a failure. Mr. Rourke sat her down and told her the truth about Adam Cobb. He was once a famous circus clown who had lost his wife in a fire. He had given his daughter up for adoption, believing he could not raise her alone, and had spent his life lying to himself, thinking he was beyond love. Laurie, feeling compassion, decided to give him another chance. She found Adam and told him she was no longer afraid of him. She shared her new thought, that perhaps God was a little bit in every person, even him. This touched Adam deeply. He admitted he was old and that a man forgets things only a woman remembers. Mickey was at the bar, drinking a virgin soda, when Walter arrived. Walter mocked him, but Mickey finally spoke the truth. He had fired Walter years ago not out of jealousy, but because Walter's doctor had said the pace of the show would kill him. Mickey had taken the blame to save his friend's life. Walter was stunned. Back at the theater, Mr. Rourke played the piano, singing a song about remembering the tender times of life. Mickey took the stage and gave an honest speech, calling Martha and Walter his family and confessing his love for them. Martha and Walter, having heard his sincerity, joined him on stage for one last performance. They sang and danced side by side, a family reunited. Laurie and Adam Cobb sat together one last time. Adam gave her an answer about her parents, suggesting that perhaps God needs good people to help him in heaven, and though it is tough on those left behind, he knows they are strong enough to keep doing good on earth. Laurie liked his answer. They danced together, and Adam called her his funny little funny face. He declined her offer to live with her, noting they both had important things to do, but the bond was sealed. As the guests prepared to leave, Martha, Walter, and Mickey were happy to be friends again. Laurie, with her new puppy, thanked Mr. Rourke. She felt she had found her fantasy after all through the words of Mr. Cobb. Mr. Rourke watched them go, knowing that Adam Cobb was going to start a new life and look for his long-lost daughter. The island remained a place where, even in the face of tragedy, love and forgiveness could find a way. "Goodbye, Miss Laurie," Lawrence called out as the plane departed into the horizon.